Teddiursa community is this Saturday, and today we're going to be running through some tips and tricks to maximize on this event. November 12th from 2 to 5 p.m. is going to be this community day. Bonus challenge event, of course, Teddiursa spawning everywhere with a shiny rate of 1 in 25. 3 times catch Stardust, 3-hour incenses, 3-hour lure modules, 2 times catch candy, 2 times transfer receiving an XL candy from catching Pokemon if you're above level 31, 5 photobomb encounters with Teddiursa, 1 additional special trade for a max of 2 during the day, and trades cost 50% less Stardust. Note the trade bonuses are going down until 10 p.m. local time. You will be able to evolve a Ursaring into the new Pokemon Ursaluna being debuted during this event to get the featured attack high horsepower. This is a new charge move in Pokemon Go we will be covering if it's any good in a bit. However, to evolve Ursaring into Ursaluna, you need to wait for a full moon, which will be going down from November 12th 2 p.m. to November 13th 6 a.m. local time. During that time, the moon will be full, in which you can evolve Ursaring into Ursaluna, but when that full moon disappears, you'll have to wait until probably next month until we get another full moon to make this evolution. So don't forget to evolve it. It takes 100 candies, by the way. After the community day from 5 to 10 p.m., there will be 4-star raid battles going down for Ursaring. Note, Ursaring cannot be shiny from these 4-star raids. These 4-star raid battles cannot be done with a raid pass, but if you do complete one of these 4-star raids in person for the next 30 minutes within 300 meters of that gym, Teddiursas will be spawning with this same shiny rate of 1 in 25. This is just to allow players who might have missed the main time frame to still play the community day and try to get shinies. Of course, there will be stickers you can get from a spinning Pokestops, opening gifts, and purchase them in the in-game shop theme for the community day. Field research tasks for the event will be catch 3 Teddiursas for a Teddiursa encounter, 5 Great Balls, 2 Ultra Balls, 2 Pineapple Berries, or 500 Stardust, and of course a $1 special research story in the shop which you can buy, which has 4 pages and will get you some extra Teddiursa encounters, Ursaring encounters, items, etc., etc. I don't know what the tasks are yet, but it's usually worth the $1. With the event details out of the way, let's get right into the tips, starting with the 100% IVs for Teddiursa. What numbers should you look out for? On screen is Teddiursa's perfect IV chart, showing you what CP a perfect IV Teddiursa will be from level 1 all the way to 50. Note, you can only catch Pokemon in the wild up to level 35, so we won't be bothering about these top ones. If you get a Teddiursa from a research task, it is going to be caught at level 15, meaning a 569 is the perfect IV for a Teddiursa from a research task. If you're hunting Teddiursas in the wild during weather boosted weather, which is going to be partly cloudy weather, a level 35 is the highest level you can find in the wild. 1233 is going to be the perfect IV for that. If it's any weather other than partly cloudy, Teddiursa is going to be non-weather boosted, and level 30 is the highest you can find in the wild. 1138 is going to be the perfect IV for that, so look out for that in the wild. Other than that though, there's 32 other perfect IV CPs you can see here on screen, but it's not really worth memorizing them, and the best thing you can do is just catch as many Teddiursas in the wild if you're looking for that 100% IV. We also need to take a look at PvP IVs for Ursaring and also including Ursaluna. If you don't know in Pokemon Go, you want low attack, high defense, high stamina IVs on your PvP Pokemon, as it'll make them bulkier. I'll leave a link below to a video if you want to understand why. Let's go through the best possible IV sets you can get on your Ursarings and Ursalunas for PvP. Starting with Ursaluna in the Great League, a 0-14-15 is going to be the best IV set you can find for that Pokemon. Then in the Ultra League, you're going to be looking at a 1-15-15 as the best IV set for that Pokemon. Finally, of course, in the Master League, 15-15-15 100% IV is the best way to go. I do also want to shout out Ursaring in the Great League and Ultra League, being a 2-13-13 as the best IV set for Ursaring in the Great League. And then in the Ultra League, a 3-15-14 is going to be the best, but you can avoid it for the Master League. Honestly though, remember, anything low attack, high defense, high stamina will do well for PvP, and feel free to use Pokegenie to instantly scan your IV sets during the community day. Now you guys are probably wondering, is Ursaluna, the new Pokemon, gonna be any good in Pokemon Go anyway? Well, let's take a look. Ursaluna is a ground and normal type Pokemon. Has a base attack of 243, base stamina of 277, and base defense of 181, with a max CP level 50 of 4,358. For fast moves, it can learn Tackle and Rock Smash, and for charge moves, Fire Punch, Thunder Punch, Aerial Ace, and of course the new high horsepower. Let's start by going into raids. Unfortunately, Ursaluna lacking a ground fast move kind of makes it struggle as a ground type raid attack. The shadow form of Ursaluna, since Shadow Teddiursa was available in the past, will be a decent ground type raid attacker, but there's a lot of more budget, better options than it, but it's still not a terrible ground type raid attack with Tackle and high horsepower. Now, what about for PvP? Unfortunately, Ursaluna lacking the Shadow Claw move it could have got makes it struggle. Run the moveset of Tackle, either Thunder or Fire Punch, and high horsepower is the best moveset you could possibly go with, but even that is not enough. This moveset Ursaluna sees no play in the Great League, has a 22% win ratio in the Ultra League, and around a 45% win ratio in the Master League. Ursaluna could have learned Shadow Claw, so we're hoping it gets it in the future, but currently with its current moveset, Ursaluna is not going to be very good. All in all, still grab yourselves Ursalunas and Shadow Ursalunas, as who knows, a move update might make this Pokemon very good in the future because it has a lot of potential, it's just missing the good moves. Okay, now the name of this community day is going to be Stardust, since it is a 3 times catch Stardust community day, so I want to go through some tips on how to gain the most amount of stars during this community day. Number 1, of course, throw on a star piece. That's going to multiply your stars by 1.5. If you can, I recommend having a star piece on the whole time you're playing this community day, because this is like the best time to grind Stardust is during these types of community days. communities. Number 2, catch your research stack Pokemon. If you follow the channel now, you know there's a tip I always tell you guys about, which is going to be to stack stage 1, stage 2, and boosted Stardust Pokemon. If you have any of those in your research stack, make sure to catch them during this community day on a star piece and take advantage. I've been stacking some Beedrills, which I'm going to be for sure catching during this community day. Finally, choose a good player area with a lot of spawns and catch. You get 450 Stardust per catch with a star piece and no weather boost during these types of community days, and you can gain so much Stardust by just catching. It's really that simple. If you want a lot of Stardust, catch a lot of Teddiursas. I couldn't make it any easier for you guys. Candy is going to be another important resource, and we do have 2 times catch candy and an increased chance of getting an XL candy. But here are some more tips to gain even more candy than that. Number 1, use pineapple berries. We have regular pineapple berries multiplying your catch candy by 2 and silvers by 2.344. Note these will not affect your XL candy catch chance. Number 2, Mega Evolve a normal type Pokemon. There are 3 possible options. You can Mega Evolve a Mega Pidgeot, a Mega Kangaskhan, or a Mega Lopunny. The higher level the Mega you Mega Evolve, the more candy and XL candy and XP you get for catching normal types. You can check out the graphic right here. So Mega Evolve the highest level you have, and you'll be getting a lot of Teddiursa candy. Number 3, trade after community day. When you trade away a Pokemon, you get 1 free candy, and the further the distance between the 2 Pokemon being traded is, the more candy and even up to a guaranteed XL candy you can get. Find a trainer, trade a lot of these Teddiursas after community day as you can get extra candy. Finally, number 4, transfer these Teddiursas during Petalil Spotlight Hour. On November 22nd from 6 to 7 p.m. is Petalil Spotlight Hour with a bonus of 2 times transfer candy. If you really want a lot of Teddiursa candy, you definitely want to save your Teddiursas in your bag if you have the space, and then hold on to them until that Spotlight Hour and transfer them all at once and get a lot of candy. Now, after the community, of course, we have 4-star raid battles for Ursaring, so let's take the opportunity to go through a couple quick counters for Ursaring if you do plan on taking down these 4-star raids and grinding after the main time frame for community day. Now, Ursaring is a normal type, making it only weak to fighting. It'll probably take minimum 2 people to take down this raid boss, but I would go with 3 if you guys can find a party of 3. The top counters for this raid boss are going to be on screen. We're going to have Terrakion, Shadow Machamp, Shadow Hariyama, Conkeldurr, Lucario, Mega Alakazam with counter, Galarian Zapdos, Cobalion, Machamp, Virizion, Mega Lopunny, Buzzwole, and any sort of fighting type. Again, this raid boss can be done with 2 people, but it's going to be tight, so I would recommend running around with 3 people doing these raids if you can find a group. Finally, let's go through some platinum medal tips for this community day. You need 35 platinum medals to go from level 48 to 49 in Pokemon Go. Which one should you go after during this community day? Number 1, of course, School Kid medal, catch 2,500 normal type Pokemon. Teddiursa is a normal type. Complete this medal, have it done. Wow, I've caught 40,000 normal type. That's a lot. We also have 3-hour lure modules during this community day. So the Picnicker medal, use a lure module to help any trainer catch 2,500 Pokemon. Drop a lure in a busy area when a lot of trainers are catching Pokemon off lures, and they will just complete this medal for you. All you got to do is drop the lures. I highly recommend dropping the premium lures, by the way, over the purple lures because it will spawn Pokemon faster, meaning trainers will be catching more Pokemon off your lures and working on this medal faster than if you were to drop the regular purple lures, which have a spawn rate of, I believe, 1 Pokemon every 5 minutes. Finally, you do get 5 snapshots during the community day, so take them all to work on your cameraman medal, have 400 encounters in Go Snapshot, you know, get your snapshots done, keep working on this medal if you haven't completed it. And that is going to be it, guys. Those are all my tips and tricks for Teddiursa community day. Comment below if you guys are excited for this or you guys are just kind of tired because we did have a community day last weekend. Me, myself, not going to be going too hard on this community day because I'm kind of exhausted from how hard I went on Dratini. Nonetheless, though, good luck on Teddiursa community day, and hopefully you guys are hyped to get this new Ursaluna in Pokemon Go. I'm Major today. Follow from everybody. Peace.